What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. Bitcoin here, guys. Sheesh. It's like watching paint dry. Although we have fallen out of the bear flag, ladies and gentlemen, there has not been too much action here, as volume still remains to be absolutely stale. I want to go over some of the Bitcoin technical analysis here. Is Bitcoin about to kaboom, or is this all hype, fluff and puff peanut butter, garbaggio? I also want to discuss the latest. Lots going on here with Facebook and Coinbase. The rumor now, guys, is suggesting that Facebook could be acquiring Coinbase. Now, I want to discuss if I believe that's true and if that could be incredibly bullish for the market, or on the contrary, does it actually mean nothing? And I actually do want to describe why I believe that it really would not do that much for crypto prices, in my opinion, all that and more. So guys, you already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click to subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. And of course, guys, I will answer all of your questions later on in the stream. As always, my pleasure being here with you guys. Moon the likes, moon them up, smash those thumbs, let's get this crypto. All right. We'll start with the technical analysis. So, of course, if you guys are following along here on the streams, you're subscribed here, etc., you guys know that I've had this bear flag painted here for the past few days, and we did decide to break down out of it. Now, what's really concerning me here is the volume still, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely pitiful volume. Pitiful. The problem here is that when we have low volume days like this, stacking up, just piling up, it's very hard for there to be any true momentum upwards in this market. Now, the sentiment that I've been seeing lately, guys, from the perma bulls, their only indicator, guys, everything else on this trend is extremely bearish when it comes to indicators, sentiment, etc. Now, the only indicator that I see the perma bulls clinging on to is, but you know, guys, there is a bullish divergence here on the RSI, and if we draw a line here, we seem to be squeezing into a pennant, ladies and gentlemen. And it's like, man. I get it. I understand that the RSI is a little bit up, but there's no volume here. Like I was saying yesterday on the stream, I saw one buy order for 6 Bitcoins move the price up by $70 USD. The market is extremely illiquid right now. Let's go into the historical data here. We're trading, guys, at 3.2 billion volume per day here the last 2 days. Just extremely, some of the worst volume we've seen in a month. It's just the time right now, the conditions are not, this is not the type of stage that you see set when there's going to be an exponential bull run. Okay, of course, guys, this is not investment advice. Always do your own research. This is only my opinion and view on the market. But as a full-time trader, from what I'm seeing here, I still don't see at this time that we're setting the stage for an epic bull run. Now, I still am under the impression, guys, as a swing trader, that we are going to set up for a swing here soon. And of course, the swings for me is where I make that savage profit, right? I get in, get out, play the swing, take the profit, and move along and do it all over again. And you can certainly make the life-changing money, the savage crypto, on each and every swing as they happen. Now, the perma bulls, for some odd reason, ladies and gentlemen, are just believing that with the snap of a finger, we're going to get this euphoric rise again like we did in 2017. That is what I'm seeing, and it's really, really starting to bother me because it, in my opinion, guys, it's just not, one, it's not true. Two, it's not possible, okay? As a trader, you want to look for opportunity in this market when it presents itself. You don't want to get caught up on the hope and a dream, right? And I don't feed you guys the hopes and the dreams and the garbage on this channel. What I give you is a realistic analysis from somebody that does this full time for a living, right? This market, I reap the rewards of what this market provides to me on a daily basis. Unfortunately, at this very moment, with the sideways action, it has not provided that much in the past week. Certainly, 2 weeks ago, there was definitely a nice provide. This week, not so much with the sideways action and the incredibly low descending volume, as I'm waiting for the volume to pick back up and this market to really make a definitive move. And I am still leaning that we are going to break down out of this bear flag pretty hard, guys. If you've been following along here, my target is ultimately between 5,500 and 5,300 USD. Of course, this is not investment advice. Always do your own research. That is only my own opinion. Now, I'd like to discuss quickly that now that we've gone over the Bitcoin technical analysis, I will get back to it a little bit later on in the stream. I'm sure you guys will have questions, but I want to discuss what's going on here with Facebook. All right, this has been the talk of the town, guys. I've seen it all over social media that Facebook has now unbanned their crypto ad ban, right? That's been the first big news. But now what I'm starting to see, starting from last night and this morning, is that the rumor is that Facebook is looking to acquire the Coinbase exchange. Okay, now listen, I understand this, guys. One, just let's get this right out in the open. One, I don't believe it's happening. But two, let's go into this conversation, with the sentiment that it is happening, okay? Just for, a hypothetical conversation. Let's say it's happening. Facebook is acquiring Coinbase. Let's say that, all right? What you guys have to understand is that the sentiment that I'm seeing all over social media is, we're going to the moon, Kirby. Facebook, they're buying Coinbase. It's to the moon. It's to the moon, Kirby. And now I want you guys to understand why a company like Facebook, the largest internet company in the world, in terms of market cap and user base, right? Why they would be acquiring a top cryptocurrency exchange. Right now, if you guys do remember just a few weeks ago, Facebook did have a pretty tumultuous time there with their privacy leak and going, on trial and all that fun stuff for them. Their stock took a plunge. If we go, we'll look at the NASDAQ listing for Facebook here. This is what we saw here, guys, right? We saw all the privacy problems really just tank Facebook off a cliff, right? We went from 195 USD all the way down to the bottom of 149 USD. That's an exponential plunge, all right? Since then, it has recovered quite a bit. But the reason, guys, that a company like Facebook would be acquiring Coinbase per se, right, is because they want to increase their company's value for shareholders. Big publicly traded companies, all they care about, guys, is producing value for their shareholders, right? Getting their earnings report higher, getting their bottom line higher. The better that is, the more quote unquote intrinsic value that their stock actually has. Now, the reason why I want to shut down the notion that Facebook acquiring Coinbase would send all our coins right to the moon, Kirby, right to the moon, is because I cannot see how Facebook is going to shill cryptocurrency, the buying and selling of an entirely, essentially a Wild West world currency where there is hacks, major vulnerabilities, users that do not know much about the space, how to protect their assets, and are incredibly vulnerable to a lot of exploits and malicious activity. It would be, guys, a systemic risk to their entire company to shill cryptocurrency to average Joe and James at the water cooler having a good time on Facebook, liking their buddies' photos from spring break. And now all of a sudden they're like, here you go, Joe. Why don't you buy some Bitcoin and leave it in this wallet on your account? And if you're on some bad websites, Joe, having a good time this weekend, just maybe your account's going to get hacked and you lose all your crypto. Oh, well, they can't have Joe lose his crypto to a hack because Facebook told him it was all right to go buy cryptocurrency and leave it on a wallet that they provide. It's not going to happen, guys. That is a huge systemic risk to their entire company. And when you put it like that, right, what would happen if all of a sudden, guys, that Facebook buys Coinbase, has all of their users starting to buy cryptocurrency and leaving it in their wallets, right? Which apparently you would imagine, presumably, that there would be wallets connected to Facebook, and that starts to go downhill, guys. The value for the shareholders would drop off of a cliff because now there is systemic problems with the company, that there's vulnerabilities and they're putting their users at risk to get all of their funds stolen. It's just not going to happen, guys, in my opinion. The risk to reward is just not there. But now let me explain what they could do. If they did acquire Coinbase, you would likely not even be aware of it if the news didn't break. I bet you that nothing really would change. The logo would remain the same. Everything would stay the same, exactly how it is now. No Facebook integration, no Facebook logos on their website, no Coinbase logos on Facebook, etc. This would just purely be an acquisition to raise their bottom line and profitability to provide more value for shareholders. Right? Because at the end of the day, it's all about raising that Facebook stock price, keeping their earnings reports on the up and up, and making this a very valuable stock for investors to have. So in my opinion, if this were to happen, right, in fantasy land, if Facebook did acquire Coinbase, it is far more bullish for the Facebook stock than it is for cryptocurrencies. Because what would you see what I'm saying, guys? They're not really going to do anything that would make Facebook users buy cryptocurrencies. Like I said, that's a huge systemic risk to the #1 internet company in the world. They'd be unwilling to take that risk. You'd have to be crazy. It could be company suicide, guys. Really, it could be a crazy, just a crazy downfall for them if there was big problems here. So essentially, it would just be an acquisition that would be to raise their bottom line, in my opinion, to provide some pop in their stock, and that's really all. That's really it for me, guys. You know what I mean? I don't see that this would send any coins to the moon. There would be nothing different than what we have on Coinbase already right now. You know what I mean? You wouldn't even know, most likely, that they were acquired by Facebook at all. That's just the truth. So that is my sentiment there. To me, it's just more bullish for the Facebook stock if this were to happen than it is for crypto. Now, guys, I will begin to take your questions. This market has been looking like we're watching paint dry here, ladies and gentlemen. More so like we left a loaf of bread on the counter. We put it down there. We pulled up a chair, pulled our chair up to the counter real close and decided that we're going to watch this loaf of bread green mold over the next 5 days and just sit there, and that's our focus for the next 5 days. Absolutely just slow moving right now. Volume is not there. We're waiting for it to come in. So let's take some of your guys' questions now. It's my absolute pleasure being here. You guys already know, if you haven't already, moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. Smash those thumbs. Click the subscribe button. Tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. I'm all about the realism in this market right now, guys. The perma bulls really got me feeling some type of way right now. Absolutely, just I feel like everyone's looking at this very unrealistically. like I said, the last hope is this bullish divergence, I guess, that you have here. But to me, guys, the other indicators just far outweigh everything else. I don't see how you can discredit all the other sentiment, all the other indicators, and say that this one little, well, the RSI is gonna have us spark some type of immense bull run again. I don't believe it. It's just not something that I see happening, man. So, let's see. Eric says, question, isn't low volume part of the last leg of the Wall Street cheat sheet, since market sentiment would be a disbelief and a slow climb? Absolutely, Eric. And I was actually talking about this with some of my VIPs earlier this morning. The thing is, man, is that at the bottom of a Wall Street cheat sheet market cycle, you generally have months of low volume moving on sideways. This has only been 5 days. Now, I understand, guys, in this market, 5 days feels like a long time, but at the bottom of a market cycle, 5 days is not what we're talking about. Let's go back. We'll go back to 2014, 2013 pop, right? And what you have, man, is just a huge, where are we here? Sorry, it's like taking a little while to load right now. Okay, there we go. This is the type of action I'm talking about here, man. This is indicative of the Wall Street cheat sheet sideways action, right? And I just want to point out, from here to here, this was literally how many months? 10 months, guys. 10-month sideways action, right? 10 months trading within a range, right? We trade within a tight range for 10 months. That's what we're talking about. This isn't like a 5-day or 2-week type of slow accumulation and then moon all of a sudden. That's a 10-month grind right there, guys. Just so you understand, that's how the end of market cycles pop. There's literally nobody left that's interested. That's how it works, right? And it doesn't go up right away, right? That's not, so I don't want everybody to be fooled when they're hearing all these permabulls just shill them garbage. It's driving me insane, guys. It really is driving me crazy. Let's see. Prince says he thinks Bitcoin has a lot further to fall before we get to that despair period. I absolutely agree, man. And I do think that if we do go lower, that we will get another capitulation leg like we did at over here. Don't forget, guys, true capitulation is brutal. True capitulation is brutal. We had true capitulation right from here, guys, from about January 30th down to February 6th, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin lost 50% of its value in a 5-day period, 6-day period, something like that. That is what true capitulation looks like, ladies and gentlemen. When you lose 50% of your value over a 5 or 6-day period. Now, that comes at the times where nobody can take the pain anymore. We have not seen that yet on this trend that we formed now. And to be quite honest, I think that we could get that in this range here, right? Draw a little arrow right there. That's about the range, guys, that I believe that we could see that happen again. A swift capitulation leg somewhere in there that would bring us down way further below. You know what I mean? There's still hope at these levels. And the fact that there's still hope means that we're not capitulating. So that is just my observation, guys. I mean, like I said, I trade these markets full time. My VIPs know how I trade. I post everything in real time in there. That is, they know. And the thing is that right now, my sentiment is still very bearish right now, and I swing trade. So if we get capitulation down to that type of level, guys, the swings would be absolutely lucrative. And the altcoins right now, with how far these things have just been absolutely hammered, guys, these altcoins have been hammered. They've lost so much value. Bitcoin dominance up over 42%, ladies and gentlemen. The altcoins if we get another capitulation leg down on Bitcoin and we get a nice swing up, the altcoin gains should be astronomical. Those are the types of swings that I'm talking about generate that life-changing capital when you collect the right coins, make a nice diversified portfolio, enter at the correct times, and ride the wave. That is when those opportunities present themselves. Of course, that is my specialty, is the swing trades, and that is what I target and hone in on as a full-time trader in this crazy space. Thanks for the question. Let's see what else we got. Guys, if you are just tuning in, don't forget to moon up the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up, smash those thumbs, click the subscribe button. Let's get this crypto. David says, would an ETF provide a potential swing opportunity? A catalyst like that surely could provide a swing opportunity, David. Absolutely. Let's see. What's with Digibyte, says Matthew. I've seen Digibyte has been on this little bit of a pump, man. To me, it's probably just a coordinated whale pump and dump. I'm not buying into this by any means. Zero interest from me here. Zero. Absolutely. High opportunity to get burned here on this coin, in my opinion, as it's just pumping at a time where the market conditions are not ideal at all for a coin of that nature to be pumping. Let's see. I'm just scrolling up through the questions here, guys. Let's see what we got here. Jay says, Kirby, what would be your entry point? Well, it depends, man. See, that's a good question, because this is something that I've been getting asked lately, like, where are you going? Where are your buys set? In these types of conditions, ladies and gentlemen, as far as a long goes, right? Like if you're longing for a swing position, you cannot know right now where an entry point for that's going to be, because you need to see what happens at the critical support levels. And right now, my critical support is between 5,500 and 5,300 if we get that low. If somehow we get bullish again and we start to climb, the play is obviously different, right? So as of right now, I don't have any buys set. I'm waiting. And like I said, I post all of my stuff real time like that, my real entries and exits, targets, etc. like that, for all my VIPs. So I keep everybody posted, and that is when the time comes. That is, I'll be looking for specific entry points. Not right now though. I don't have any. I need to play this market by ear. Let's see. D's Nuts says, are you still holding BNB? Yes, I am. I hold a large long-term bag of BNB. This is the only coin that I hold long-term. I don't even hold Bitcoin or Ethereum long-term. I only hold Binance coin long-term. And I'm not opposed to selling it either, right? I'm not opposed to selling it. If the market does begin to go truly sour and BNB coin is no longer holding up, I have no problem getting rid of it. I'm already sitting in very large profits from this coin, but it is something that I do believe in, and it would be unfortunate for me to have to liquidate. But I believe in a space where these coins have such little real use. Binance coin is one that has a real use case and is actually really used on a daily basis by a large amount of people and traders. So this is one that I highly look up to in this space as one of the main leaders and main coins in general. For me, of course, that is not investment advice, guys. That is only my own opinion. Always do your own research on these coins, man. Highly risky environment here in the cryptocurrency space. Let me see what we got going on here. Verve says, if we go down to 5,300 or 5,400 on BTC, how much downside do you think we'd see on the altcoins? Well, if we went down to 54 or 53, that would be about another 10% drop here on Bitcoin, right? And that would bring us right up to about that line, the yellow line here, that I have drawn out. That would bring us to about there. So, you know, a 10% drop in Bitcoin, sheesh, man. It would probably really devastate the alts again. You know, Bitcoin dominance would probably rise really high. Right now, guys, I am leaning towards the fact that we might see Bitcoin dominance climb over 45% soon, up to yearly highs again. And potentially, if the bear market does continue and we do get a capitulation leg down in this area, I believe that we could see Bitcoin dominance even go up to 50%. That is truthfully my sentiment there, guys. We haven't seen levels like that in quite some time, but I do believe that we could get back, you know, up that high if the market continues to burn. And that is because the altcoin confidence would probably be very low if the market just continued to lose cap. What we're starting to see now, guys, is that the 250 million market cap level is now becoming a resistance level here. It used to be a support level. Now it's becoming a resistance level. And that's what happens in bear markets, guys, is that old supports tend to become new resistance levels. And that is what we're seeing right now, as exemplified by the past week of trading here. It's just not looking too great to me. That's why, again, guys, you know, be careful with the permabull sentiment. Always understand, is the analyst that you're consuming information from a permabull or not? Because the permabulls, it's very reckless, in my opinion, to just look at one indicator here, like potential bullish divergence, RSI, and just discredit everything else, like the new resistance level of the total market cap, the 6-month bear market, the RSI as a whole still having a lot of room to go down compared to where it's gone down to before in bear markets, like this level down here. You know, it's just, I just want you guys to be diligent and just understand the analysts come from when you're consuming analysis from them, right? Plenty of great analysts in this space. I just want you to be diligent and aware of their come from when you're listening to what they have to say, because everybody is coming from a different place. And if they're coming from a stance that they're bullish no matter what, they're going to be bullish at 4K. They're going to be bullish at 3K. They'll be bullish at 2K. They'll be bullish at 1K. It does not matter what the price is. They're going to be bullish no matter what. You also see this with gold and silver, guys. Gold and silver is another space where people just have this permanent bull sentiment forever, regardless of the price. So, you know, just always stay diligent, guys. That is my, you know, my advice for the day is, you know who you're consuming from and what their stance is. I personally like to keep a very neutral, unemotional perspective on the market. I'm bullish when it's bullish. I'm bearish when it's bearish. That is my sentiment here. And currently, I am still leaning bearish at this moment and think we could test lower and get a swing that can help us make that savage, life-changing type profit once we get that next swing up, regardless of where Bitcoin happens to go long term. For me, I'm a volatility swing trader, and that is how I make my profit. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to wrap up the stream here. It's been my absolute pleasure. If you could one last time, moon up those likes, smash the thumbs, click the subscribe button, tick the little bell. Let's get this crypto. I hope I, opened your eyes with how I don't believe that Facebook acquiring Coinbase, if they did, that is just a rumor, guys. By all means, that is just a rumor. If they did, I think it would be way more bullish for the FB stock rather than cryptocurrencies. And, I hope that this was a good stream here with you guys. I certainly enjoyed it. It's always a pleasure being here with you guys. Shout out to the VIPs, man. Absolutely love you guys. And, if the market does move, guys, I'll be back with another stream tonight. Cover the market. If it doesn't, I'll be back with you guys in the morning. Until next time, guys, be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. I'll see you guys later, all right? Take care, everybody. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.